mine. It's Ada from Poison Rock. And of course, I couldn't have not have with me an amazing woman, Mai from Torture Squad. I want to say Mai because, you know, there's a lot that I want to find out about you. First of all, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm here in São Paulo. I live in São Paulo, and it's a beautiful day. And finally, we had a chance to talk.
Yeah, I was looking a lot because, of course, people might have guessed it here and there, but we have a mutual friend that we want to thank for being put us in contact. Thank you, Leather, and Vinny too, of course.
Yes, Leather have been a great friend for me on the last few months, and we had the pleasure to have she here in Brazil to perform with us in a single called Warrior.
Yeah.
And of course, she performed with us on Summer Breeze Festival. We have our own edition of Summer Breeze in Brazil right now.
She's stunning. It's gigantic.
Yes, I never have been in Summer Breeze Germany, but Brazil is getting stronger, and you must come to see the festival.
I was supposed to go there because I promised to Leather that the first live show she was to play. I was supposed to be there, and then I saw that she was like touring, and when there was this tour there, Vinny told me, you just couldn't come. I was like, you're telling me now? Like, next time I'm gonna take 1 month. Yeah, I mean, Brazil, everyone, it's one of the most beautiful countries in the world. I mean, just the warmth of the people really is like, I'm in the south of Italy. So I don't, that kind of warmth that there's not in the north, let's be honest.
Yes, Brazil is a huge country.
Yeah.
And you have many places to visit here. It's like a whole continent.
Yeah.
And you can experience different foods, different accents, and different forms to talk Portuguese. Yes. Do you have friends from Portugal?
Yeah. Vinny, there was as well another musician, Guilherme Miranda from Dieth. Yeah.
Well, olá, amigos de Portugal. If you have friends in Portugal, you must heard they talking, and it's very different from the Portuguese from Brazil. And I think if the festivals in Brazil get stronger, maybe we can have more metalheads from all over the world to meet our culture and our bands.
Exactly.
The festival was very strong because of the local bands. And we had like, I don't know, 30 bands playing for a day.
Okay.
30 bands playing, and all the bands was good. It doesn't matter the size of the stage.
Yeah.
We play it on some stage, but I saw really good bands on the other stage. So it's awesome. And I'm vibing that festival. We're gonna be heard here in Brazil, and the next stop for the metalheads in Latin America.
Yeah, because it's important, because of course all the time it's like European, we have all these festivals which are closer. They are beautiful, of course. For people like me lost in Sicily, maybe it's easier going to Brazil than let me go to Milan.
Really?
Yeah. So, but I think it's good because if more people, like more band, more musician, they just start to go there and perform. I think that as well, like the flow of is the expenses are cheaper. It's like the demand and the request. It's always like a game. And I think that's, like you say, meeting new cultures. That's important because imagine all these European people coming there, like, I know, there's might be a lot of Sicilian in Brazil, that's for sure. Like a lot of people coming with my own culture, which is Sicilian, and people from different culture from it's like an exchange, like we just exchange our culture, and it's an embracing, and that's the beauty of music as well. That's what brings music, not only lyrics and sound and experience, but as well like meeting cultures, which is important.
Yeah, of course we have a lot of people from all over the world living in Brazil today, but it's totally different when you came inside the culture of each other. And in Brazil, you see exactly the mix of a lot of cultures. Oh. And of course, it influences our music. You listen to Brazilian music, but I don't know what type of stereotype you have about Brazilian music. It's like samba or things like this. But we have a really mix of cultures and songs, and Torture Squad tries to bring a little bit of this in our compositions. Yeah. And my family is one side of my family have the roots in Spain, and it's like natural for me incorporate a little bit of this influence coming from my roots. And also Amilcar, the drummer, had a side of a Spanish family. And we mix this with our folk music coming from the originary people. Yeah. And we had a music that I created a story inspired by a volcano that we have inside the rainforest. Have you imagined this?
I mean, a rainforest and a volcano. It looks like almost a tale.
But it's his asleep. He's dreaming. I don't know, 1,000 years. It's one of the most oldest volcanoes in the world, and it's in my mind. I can create a lot of myths. Yeah. With this, and I created one that is describing the lyrics of Watuman song.
And you're bringing like this to the audience, and I think it's a beautiful way, you know, like you're writing like a fairy tale or like a myth, like a story. This could bring everyone, no matter the music the genre they are listening to, come closer to the music of Torture Squad, for example, because there's, like I said, as well, like folk traditional influences. It's not like just metal, that metal. It's not only that. That's what you can hear. And of course, but I want to ask more, because you mentioned, like I said, a side of your family, it's like as German roots. Spanish roots. Spanish roots. But I want to ask you like about your musical journey, of course, I know you joined like around 2015, 16, the band.
Yes, I joined the band on 2015.
Yeah, so
I think it was October at the end of the year.
But before Torture Squad, who is Mai? How it started to find out your amazing vocal skill?
Well, red banger and passionate by metal music since I was 13 years old. Okay. I was discovering the music by the wish to know Brazilian bands. And I think besides Iron Maiden and Black Sabbath that initiate every headbanger in the world, I started to listen to Angra and Sepultura and Shaman. It's a side project of the members of Angra. Okay. And I started listening to Brazilian metal bands. And so I faced the two sides of the Brazilian metal that is based on power metal, maybe for Angra, and the thrash and death metal by Sepultura. And it represents two sides of me that have different messages to bring. Okay. And when I was 18 years old, I was facing a very revolutionary era in my life. I lived in a very Catholic family. Okay. And it brings some fundamentalism that I didn't agree. And of course, the black metal bands have something to say for this little Mayara. And then I was passionate for black metal by the Antichrist lyrics and all this revolutionary power. But then I discovered death metal that had an angry side that meshed with my thinking at this time. Yeah. And well, I always was a curious girl trying to make weird sounds with my voice. I really know how to sing more smooth things like rock and roll ballads and like Scorpions. I really like Scorpions and their rock ballads. I always loved Queen also. I love the Freddie Mercury voice. And I also loved a Brazilian band called Secos y Molhados. The dirties, the dry and wet, I think in English, Secos y Molhados. It's a rock progressive band from the 70s here in Brazil.
Yeah, I guess.
And they paint their faces like, we have a story if Kiss did it or this Brazilian band did. This was the first time to painting their faces because it was a very popular thing to do in the 70s, I think.
Yeah, back then, yeah.
Well, and then I shaped the basis of my influence for first step. And of course, I started to look for a band, and I recorded some home. How can I say? I didn't have the access for a proper studio, but I tried to homemade my own records. And the first covers I did was The Agonist, the previous band of Alisa.
Okay.
And this side, More Danger, and I also was recording covers of Bruce Dickinson's and I don't know, I don't remember, Dimboard, maybe Dimboard. And I put it, I love to spin.
Yeah.
And I put these covers on internet and started to chat in communities that bands were looking for singers.
Okay.
And my first try was with a girl band. But I didn't have properly a girl band. Okay. I always was the girl in the band. and then I started with my first band called Necromesis. It was a 4-piece band, also playing death and thrash metal, very influenced by Torture Squad. I recorded one EP and one full CD with them.
Okay.
We toured a little bit, opening for Vital Remains and Master.
Okay.
But I was very young at this time, and I didn't realize that music can be my living for nowadays. Yeah. But of course, I had good examples like Torture Squad, that was a solid band since the beginning, and bands like Crisium and Nervosa was rising at the time.
Yeah, they put the roots for the women, I think, in the metal scene today.
Yeah, Nervosa changed everything.
Yeah,
and of course, we had Brazilians extreme bands leading by girls and all female death metal bands like Valhalla. It's a death metal band from the 90s that I really, really loved. But Nervosa gets on the next step.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And facing this, I was like, well, I think I can have a career on metal because the opens were open for the women in the metal, but it's sad that before this, I don't really realize that it was possible
for a living. Yeah,
we had Arch Enemy, of course, but you know, it's Arch Enemy is German.
Yeah, there's kind of a different vibe inside always. There's always a little bit difference.
Yes, and it's very different when you face it happen in your country with the girls that you know. Exactly. And I really have a lot of respect for Krika and Fernanda and Luana and all the girls that came from the Nervosa era. And I think it's huge right now because the band had members from all over the world.
Yeah.
And that explains and shows the size of the work that they're doing.
Exactly.
And then on 2015, Torture Squad invited me to be part of the band.
And that's how you joined Torture Squad. And we can say, I mean, because of course it's really nice and humble to say about you because of course we know, Her voice are big. What Prika did is unbelievable, holding always Nervosa, like, you know, with the strength she has, being always like the core of the band. She's always there fighting and now singing. She's like an icon. She became Throttle this year. But you're among these women, Maya, too, as well. You're as well. I mean, because we speak about vocalists today, you know, especially women, young women, there's you as well, Maya, because of I think you know better than anyone. Like when they speak about musician and vocalist women, yeah, maybe years ago they were like arch enemy, but this new generation, looks like we are like 19 years old, but this new way, let's say, it brings you as well. And seeing you playing with Leather, that she has a completely different range in her own, you know, way of play, but you perform with your own, you was kind of a challenge that show that you have as well the capability of a different, you know, to change, not being only growling and screaming, but as well be more melodic. That's the beauty of your voice, and of you being as well an icon, because you created your own.
That's amazing to hear, because I look at myself as a learning people. I'm always studying and looking for new inspiration. So to hear this, that you can feel this, it's really great.
Yeah.
I'm a metal singer. I'm not afraid to experiment different things. I'm not just an extreme metal singer. I'm wearing a Possessed t-shirt, but I was
Jeff Becerra birthday.
Oceans of Slumber this morning.
Yeah. So. It's Jeff Becerra birthday today, I think. Happy birthday, Jeff.
Happy birthday, Jeff. Happy birthday, Jeff.
He's one of the greatest. Yeah. Yeah, you're like. And yeah.
I have influence from the old school and from the new school, and I'm trying to make
the best
my own way in the metal. Yeah.
And of course, that's
what I'm reaching for.
And of course, like we were speaking about that a little bit before that we were joining the interview about this song Warrior, which is kind of the lastest release of Torture Squad. That, see, of course, this from out of nowhere, I was like, what is going on? From as a surprise, the featuring of Leather Leone, that people should check more, by the way. Just go check Leather Leone, just go and check. So I was just asking about the song, because of course this song is meant to be in a album, or it was in a album, or this is just a single release.
Yes, the original version of the song is part of our latest album called Devilish. You can hear the original song in this album, but when I was talking with Leather and she told me that she wanted to come to Brazil and to see us live, a lot of ideas came to my mind, and I was talking with the guys, this is a very heavy metal song in our album. Have you think about to have a guest singer in this song? It's not too late. We can make something special for this. And it started with a web collab. I told her to record in her home or in a studio nearby. But then it evolves to Leather came to Brazil and going to a studio with us, and she sings like, I can't explain. I just had the image in my mind that she was singing, but running all over the studio. She was she didn't stop it by the microphone. She started really to feeling the sound. Oh, she gave a soul, unbreakable heart. And then, I don't know, she possessed the song. She's amazing. And of course, we had to record this in a special way, and then we turn it into a music video, showing her with us, and also elements that tells a little bit of the story behind the song. The song is called Warrior, and one of the biggest warriors we had in the sports is Rickson Grace, that create a way to fight martial arts that is called Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, Jiu-Jitsu, yeah.
And the family Grace is responsible to make this martial art popular in the world. And it's very practiced here in Brazil. You can find a lot of places to practice jiu-jitsu here. And Amilcar, our drummer, is very passionate about martial arts. I did a bit of Muay Thai in my life, but I didn't agree that I'm a fighter. But I really like to practice. I love martial arts, and he, of course, is a big fan of this fighter. And then he writes in a special way that you don't need to say Rickson Grace is a warrior. You just need to bring to the people what this kind of fight means to you, and what the lyrics of warrior brings, that you are unshakable, you have an unshakable soul and an unbreakable heart. You will fight forever and never give up. And if I need to describe a person with these qualities, of course, Leather is that person.
But I think you too.
Oh yeah. I think you too. In my soul, of
course. Because I mean, there is this way of saying that a friend of a friend is my friend as well. Because if you're hanging out with this human being, with the other friend, means that it's okay. I trust it, because of course, if Leather trusts about someone is rare and it's meaningful. But apart from Leather introducing each other, I can see that talking with you. I can see that. I mean, I think we can perceive it, because I think there's a lot of empathy in each of us. And you are a warrior. I mean, you're on stage are unbelievable. And I think you should be more, like I said, people should become as well more united in all the America, especially in South America, which is an amazing country. And each one of the country are different from the others. They're like I said, even Brazil is different from any part, and it's all world. I mean, come on, and forest and a volcano. What amazing is that? I mean, I want to see it. I love nature. I mean, I can imagine, like, what is that? I love this, because Leather is a natural lover. But I think you would deserve to be as well, like in Europe, like being more in here as well, because I don't know if I think you already toured the Europe a lot, but to be more present, because you have people and girls needs to see you as because already they see, but we have always new generation coming out, and you, like Prika, are, I don't know if it's because of this kind of southern art we have, there's this warmness, this being humble. I mean, like I told you, you're an icon. And I spoke with icons, really. And some of them are really humble, some of them are not. This is the life. And yeah, just to quote what Rudy Sarso once said, when there is a guitar hero or is a musician or a rock star, you can't become a rock star. You are born with that light. And I don't want to sound pretentious, because he was talking to Randy Rhoads. He was referring to Randy Rhoads, like he was, but you have that light in your eyes now. I should take a picture, like you have that, like
look at my eyes. I have rock star eyes.
Yeah.
Rockstar crazy eyes.
People will think, okay, these two are insane or are crazy. Yeah.
Of course we want to perform in Europe. Of course. The band have toured a lot in Europe and also played 4 times in Wacken. I deserve to be at Wacken also.
Yeah, you deserve to come in Italy again.
Yes.
To see you again with Gamma Bomb as well.
Yes. Turtle Squad and Gamma Bomb.
I need it. I need it. So I have to talk with him. But you have
I have to explain why we didn't perform Europe anymore. I think the last time was in 2016 when I just joined the band. Was the first time I was on the road with Torture Squad was in Europe. And I just did a couple of concerts in Brazil before we hit the road in Europe. And I was there for like a month and a half. And I visit countries like Belgium, Spain, Portugal, Germany. We missed the concerts in Poland. I'm sorry, our van was broke. And I don't know if I'm missing. Oh, of course, France. We have been on France. But it was a club tour. Was not a summer festival tour. And we worked really hard on a festival experience since 2019 when we performed at Rock in Rio. And since this, we did a lot of special concerts for festivals in Mexico and Colombia. Colombia is the country I think I have played more times, part of Brazil. But is the country that I visit more. I think we had like 7 concerts in Colombia in 1 year. And that's awesome. I really love Colombia, and I hope to come back soon. They had a lot of festivals you must see, like Rock al Parque. It's huge. Like, I don't know, it's a lot of people. It's close to Rock in Rio, maybe. It's like a Rock in Rio in Colombia for them. And we are waiting for the chance to show this special torture squad that we had for festivals, because it's different when you see us in a club and in a festival.
For
the festivals, we always have something special. Like in Rock in Rio, we had a ballet of a dancer performing like our main character, that was Kali. And for Summer Breeze, we bring Leather, and also in Rock in Rio, we bring Chuck Bailey from Testament as our guest. So imagine this happening in Europe.
You played in Summer Breeze in Brazil. Next year, maybe, I don't know, you can play in Summer Breeze in Germany. It could be there's a lot of festival. So
of course, Summer Breeze in Germany, it's on our plans. We are working on this, and I can tell about next year, but maybe 2025, 2026.
Exactly.
Because this year, for the musicians, when we reach the middle of the year, it's like the end of the year. So we need to play
of course.
Next year.
You're getting as well ready for some new live always in Brazil. Now.
Of course, we are always touring.
It's your lifestyle. It's your life now. You're fully musician for life.
When Leather was in Brazil, she sold, and every week I was in a different city playing with Torture Squad. Sometimes the popular media always opens a spot for us, and we talking the TV and things like this.
Beautiful.
So we had a lot of work here in Brazil, but we wanted to show this for Europe, of course. And everything changed since we were in 2016. We were like doing concerts for the clubs, as I told you. And now we have a different way with Devilish, and it's an album that is more progressive, and you can see not only the thrash and death metal, but also elements of progressive rock. And I don't know, I think we are more like a progressive death metal band. We don't fit on the title of a thrash metal band anymore. We also keep the thrash and the death, but it's expanding for something bigger.
And of course, there's as well some in the way, of course, of the working of a new album, maybe to show it. Maybe just maybe like even if maybe it's an answer.
Well, since we released Devilish the past year, we make a deal with an Italian label called Time to Kill Records.
I know that.
Ciao Enrico. Ciao Enrico. Ciao Time to Kill Records. And we are planning to work with them for more albums until a new album until next year. We have some songs that are in progress, but we also wanted to keep touring the Devilish tour, because we need to show this on
new side.
Yes, I don't know if you have Devilish enough.
No, but like this new side, like as well, like having Time to Kill is a good chance that of course you're gonna be in Italy. I mean,
yes,
and maybe tour all around Italy. And
por favor.
And we will be able to bring Leather in Sicily because she has.
Oh, can you imagine?
Here.
Touring together, Leather and Torture Squad's gonna be
in Sicily. Oh my God. And we're gonna bring her together. It's gonna be our secret. Leather, we are going in a place where we can tell you.
I really miss to tour with more girls.
Yeah, I can just make you photo. I can tour with you taking pictures and making videos.
Yeah.
Or play shamanic drum.
It's not. Torture Squad have no labels, and we are not with a label of female band or a female fronted band. We are a metal band. Yeah. But I really miss to tour with other girls. That's gonna be amazing to have more girls to chat in the tour.
We should try to bring something like a Leather, you, Nervosa, all in Italy, just all in Europe. That would be amazing. Burning Witches, any woman, whatever. Cobra Spell, they are good as well. Sonia is amazing, so they really deserve that.
Cobra Spell is coming to Brazil in July.
I love it. And Sonia, she's amazing. She deserves to be seen as well. She's a super sweet. But just coming to us, I really wanted to thank you, Maya, for this interview. You are amazing, and I'm so happy to do this interview. And I want to redo another interview, maybe at the end of the summer, just to, and maybe we can invite Leather.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So just to have her as well to talk about that Brazilian tour. So with you, it's gonna be perfect.
Yeah, and maybe we have some news to bring to you.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have an interview at the end of the summer with Leather as well. I'm going to tell Leather you're gonna be involved. Don't run. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be a chaotic interview and super fun. I know already.
I'm ready. Let's bring Leather.
And it was a pleasure meeting you and seeing you. You have a beautiful smile, and you are a warrior. You are a warrior.
We are warriors.
We are a warrior. You're right. Thank you so much.
And we are ready for Europe, of course. I hope to see you soon here in Brazil or in Italy.
Thank you. Yes, finally. Thank you so much. And really, it was really a pleasure for your time. I don't take it for granted. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the rock.
Have a beautiful rest of the day. It's a weekend. Have a beautiful weekend. Bye, Mai.
Bye. See you.
See you. Bye.